Good afternoon from Los Angeles, California. I'm Dr. Ryan Ava. For the 14th day in a row, Iran witnessed unprecedented protests across the country. Men and women poured out to the streets of large and small cities protesting the death of a young woman, Mahsa Amini, who was captured by the morality police, beaten by them, and 3 days later died in a coma, all for allegedly not wearing her hijab properly. For those of you who might not be familiar with Iran, the country has been under the rule of the barbaric Islamic government since the 1979 revolution. After nearly 44 years, Iranian people are protesting in an unprecedented uprising. As the fascist leaders of Iran promising to squash the rebellion, protests by the Iranian people against the Islamic Republic brutal regime continues. So far, more than 76 anti-government demonstrators have been killed and many have been detained with their whereabouts unknown. Thousands of Iranian women and men are risking their lives not over a hijab, but for a taste of freedom. We may be witnessing a tipping point in Iran, as the brave Iranians taking to the streets chanting death to the dictator. More than 2,000 people have been arrested in Tehran alone. In this video, hundreds cheer as a woman cuts her hair in a public square. It's an uprising decades in the making. Mahsa Amini is a well-known Iranian activist and a critic of the fascist Iranian regime. In 2014, she began an online effort encouraging women to show images of themselves without a hijab. She says, compulsory hijab is like the Berlin Wall. If we tear this wall down, the Islamic Republic won't exist.
For the Islamic Republic, hijab is a tool to control women and through women to control the whole society. For them, compulsory hijab is like the Berlin Wall. If we tear this wall down, the Islamic Republic won't exist.
In this powerful new video, a group of Israeli women stand in solidarity with the Women for Freedom.
We support Iranian women.
We support you.
The women of Israel will always stand with you.
We will always remember you, Mahsa.
Every woman deserves to be free.
You are in our hearts.
This is not just an uprising, nor it is a normal protest. It's a revolution. It is time for President Biden to stand shoulder to shoulder with the Iranian people by walking away from nuclear talks and keeping billions of dollars in sanctions and frozen. The continuance of negotiations with the Iranian regime is their lifeline. On Wednesday, the Washington Examiner editorial published an op-ed reading Biden's virtue signaling is an inadequate response to the Iran's protest. The op-ed writes, Biden's actual remarks during the UN summit were less soaring. Quote, we stand with the brave citizens and the brave women of Iran who right now are demonstrating to secure their basic rights. And that was it. Biden made no call for global condemnation of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's regime. He offered no pledge of actual support to Iranian people, nor did he call for other world powers to join with it. He provided no moral contrast between the democratic rule of law and Iran's wrapped Islamic theocracy. Now, I have spoken in support of the Biden's administration many times. I voted for Biden as an American. However, I stand to call him out when he comes short as well. As an Iranian American, I stand with the people of Iran, and I am calling Biden out for coming up short. What Biden did not say is far more instructive than what he actually said. Over the weekend, Jake Sullivan, National Security Advisor to President Biden, stated in an interview that, quote, we have taken tangible steps to sanction the morality police who caused this young woman's death.
We have taken tangible steps to sanction the morality police who caused this young woman's death. And we've taken steps to make it easier for the Iranian people to get access to the internet and to communicate with one another and with the world. And we will keep speaking out day in and day out because this is a matter of fundamental justice, dignity, and rights, and the United States knows which side we are on.
Yeah, the world needs to continue to see these protests and see what they're doing to these women. Jake Sullivan, the National Security Advisor for President Biden, thank you for coming on and sharing your views with us.
Now, this might all sound good, but it carries a little functional weight. The Washington Examiner continues, quote, Not one of the high-ranking Iranian officials ordering the brutal repression of their people have been sanctioned during this crisis, and Biden helping Iranians access the internet pales in comparison to the far bolder Trump administration's covert action program, which helped Iranians evade internet censorship by the regime. Indeed, certain elements of that covert program were suspended by the Biden's administration when Biden took office for fear that, you guessed it, Iran might not want to talk about nuclear weapons. In other words, Biden's response is one of hesitant virtue signaling. Were Biden serious about standing with the brave citizens of Iran and the brave women of Iran who right now are demonstrating to secure their basic rights, he would not be so scared about the future of his weak nuclear agreement as to avoid taking far more robust action. He should rather be suspending talks over the restoration of the nuclear deal. He should be sanctioning the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Hossein Salami, the ideological guardians of this evil regime. He would level new financial sanctions to show Khamenei that his access to wealth goes hand in hand with his regime's treatment of the Iranian people. Innocent people are being brutalized for daring to demand the most basic rights. If Biden actually supported the Iranian people, he would be doing a heck of a lot more than this. End of quote. Lastly, if Biden helps the Iranian people to overthrow the fascist Islamic regime in Iran, he won't even have to worry about a nuclear Iran. The people of Iran will take care of that for him. To support my work, please click the subscribe, the like button, and the notification bell so you wouldn't miss any of my new videos.